and people I haven't seen in a while. That's great. We are certainly in a moment when we need light. Is that not true? Huh? Individually and collectively. So as always, we're going to do our little part. Right? Let's start as we always do. Always, 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 beginning and end. We join our hearts together. It is our strength. It is our technology, our methodology. It's our healing. It's our reference. Huh? So, you know, everybody here knows how to do that. Breathe in your heart. Close your eyes. Center your awareness in that space, that sacred space in the center of your chest. And through your breath, give your heart permission to join with all these other hearts. Like that. And then pay attention, right? One of the things that I teach that has helped me the most is paying attention to vibrational nuance. So feel when we connect. You're going to feel your own heart, and then feel what happens when we connect, what happens in your awareness, your perception. The trick with all this is don't think about it. Feel it, sense it. There you go. There you go. As far as I understand, the heart is the center, right? The heart is literally the center of the chakra system. The heart is the mechanism that joins us to all the different layers that are available to us, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And then the joining of hearts is the basis of healing. Right? Many of you here have participated with us in our other venues where we get to witness miracles. And what is a miracle? Miracle is an unexpected grace, right? That defies the laws of normal logic. Well, it's pretty much everything, right? But we get to witness transformations, and I know that some of you also in your own venues, in your healing work, in your workshops, in your families. As far as I understand, what we're doing right now is the basis of all that. Here's the thing. It's really simple. It's really simple. Because it's a built-in mechanism, right? What I say is we're not creating something, we're just discovering it. Which in fact is what all science is, right? Scientists aren't creating anything, discovering what is, right? This mystery of like, well, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, that's it. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, what is it? Oh, wait, no, that's not it either, right? So we are here to receive light, but I'm going to tell, I get to do this because we're here together. So I'm going to tell you something I just learned, something I just saw. I read it in a book. There was a man, he died. His name was Stylianos Estelis. He was a Cypriot, and his spiritual name was Daskalis. And there are two books written about him. They were very important in my development. I like the books written by a guy named Kyriakos Markides. The first one is called The Magus of Strovolis, and the second one is called Homage to the Sun. It's a story about this guy, about Daskalis, who was an authentic spiritual teacher and a healer of incredible gifts. And his claim, excuse me, I have no reason to doubt him, is that he had developed spiritually to the point where he remembered all of his past lives. And one of the past lives he remembered was the disciple of the Master Yeshua that was called John the Beloved. Okay. And I was recently reading a book that he wrote, last book he wrote in his life, where he describes his memory of being that one, that disciple of that one at that time. The truth is, the book is very difficult to read because Daskala's, his language was very esoteric and very, very complicated. I have to read it like 5 times before I understand what he's saying. And he described his life, right? What was going on. And in our world, it could have used some editing. And when his helper said, hey, let's edit it a little bit so people can understand it better, he said, why? Why would I make it easier? It wasn't easy, right? That was Duskla, so I liked him. So I'm going to tell you something that he said about light, and I'm going to lead you through a little meditation here, with your permission, because he was describing things that I've seen, and that those of us who work together have seen, but he did it in a very particular way. So if you, with your permission, I'm going to lead you through a little meditation here, if you don't mind. So once again, center yourself in your heart and just pay attention to that space and to your breath. Now, you're going to imagine, conjure, feel a huge sphere, but it's a sphere that doesn't have boundaries. It's a sphere of energy. And the sphere is simply its shape, but it is beyond immense. It is beyond cognition. It's a vibrating sphere of light. And this light is colorless. It is simply vibration. Doesn't have a color. Within this sphere, there are many, 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 many spheres. In the cosmology that we're describing here, each sphere, a smaller sphere, is a universe. The color of these is white. White light descending from colorless light. Each universe with its same basic makeup as that of the sphere of infinite potential. Each smaller sphere is the potential described by that colorless light. And each sphere, having its own characteristics, is the same as every other sphere. Within each of those spheres now, in each of those spheres now, there is a golden light. And this golden light is the light of manifestation. So we've gone from the colorless light of infinite potential to the white light of expression of potential, to the golden light of the manifestation of potential. Within each of those spheres, then, there are creatures, beings, starting with beings that do not have physical manifestation, but are composed of that golden light descending from the colorless light, descending from the white light. They are made up purely of that golden light. And then there are material creatures, also made up of that golden light, but having material form. One of those creatures in one of those spheres, in one of those universes, coming out of that infinite potential is you. And in the manifestation of that golden light as you, the stepping down, so to speak, from the infinite to the possible to the actual, you are exactly the same as every other manifestation in every other universe. And you are, in fact, the same as that colorless light of infinite potential. What you have is built into you as part of your manifestation. You have instinct, you have sensitivity, and you have awareness. You have instinct, you have sensitivity, and you have awareness. All creatures that are a manifestation of that golden light share those qualities with you: instinct, sensitivity, and awareness. And then, because the beings who don't have bodies and yet are the manifestors within your sphere, they have imbued you with other levels of awareness beyond those basic ones. The most important one is self-awareness. You can hear what I'm saying. You can contemplate it. You can conjure imagery from it. And more than that, you have another level of self-awareness where you can examine and then eventually choose what to do with what you realize from that self-examination. You can choose to transform within that golden light, that which you observe from that divine gift stepping down from the colorless to the white to the gold to you. You can choose what you are going to do about that which you are become aware of. This is unique. You are not the only creature that has that, but you are unique in that you have been granted consciousness that can evolve. You can learn, you can reflect, you can choose, and you can progress back up through the layers of light to the awareness and to eventually the oneness with that colorless potential. And because you've been given the gift of awareness, and you've been given the gift to choose as you are choosing here, to connect with light, with that golden light, you then have the ability to perceive the other levels of the subrays of light. There is a red subray, right? Because the colorless light contains all colors. The white light contains all colors. The golden light is one of the colors. There is a red subray, manifests as fire, manifests in the sun, manifests as heat, manifests as the color of your blood. There is a blue subray that you can feel, and you can eventually see it. It is responsible for the creation of liquid. The liquid in your body, the liquid in your world, the liquid of the atmosphere of the planet, the blue of the sky. And there is a violet ray, which has subrays in it, that is connected to the cosmic power of transformation. It is responsible for electricity, for magnetism, for resonance, for healing, because healing is transformation. Healing is reharmonizing with those other rays, eventually reharmonizing with all the layers of light. It is the purple ray, the violet ray, that stimulates and guides, provokes that reharmonization. You are manifestation of that divine potential, which is pure, unadulterated, unconditional, divine love. Energetically, vibrationally. We are not talking here at this moment theory or ideology, theology. We're talking about vibrational reality. So now pay attention again to your heart. Pay attention to the space that we've all come to in seeing, feeling, sensing, imagining. These layers of divine awareness. Be aware of the peace that has descended upon us, the sense of truth. Somehow we have tuned in to a vibrational reality that is resonating in our hearts as truth. At the very least, bringing peace, contentment, harmony, and for me, a feeling of safety. Oh, not only am I in good hands, I am those hands. So, as you can, let's make our way back to this space while we take our next steps together. Huh? Actually, here's what we're going to do. Forget what I just said. Let's just be in the space of light together, huh? Now we're going to use our abilities that I've described, right? The ability to choose, the ability to be aware, the ability to, and we're going to call that light to us in all of its manifestations, in all of its expressions. The white, the clear, white, golden, blue, red, violet light. And as the unique and yet ubiquitous expression of that, what do you want right now? What is your prayer? What brought you to take this time, this blessed time that I'm grateful you did it? Right now, at this moment, in your life, within your sphere, within the 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 sphere, what needs illuminating? What layer of your unique, ubiquitous consciousness needs some light right now? Physical, etheric, emotional, mental, spiritual, karmic. And now, when we do this, the beings that I described, the ones who don't have bodies and yet are made up of that light and have consciousness more than deeper and more than ours, because they are free, right? We have a body, physical body, which has huge potential and incredible gifts and limitations. It's supposed to be that way. They have light bodies, incredible gifts of consciousness, and because they don't have a physical body, there are layers of that light that they can access and bring to us. That's the exchange. They get to help, which is their karmic healing, and we get the benefit of them being, so to speak, the deliverers, the intermediaries between us and those more refined levels of light, which we need to have a transformer box, a stepping down delivery system. So first of all, we can access it, and second of all, we don't explode when it's sent to us. So put that then, as many of us have done together, find that layer of your heart that is the faith layer, right? Center is humility, then there's calmness, then there's compassion, then there's faith. Put on that altar of faith that which right now has come to you as needing to be illuminated here today, right now, in this moment. Like that. There you go. Now, I'm going to do what I do, because I've been given this job. And I said yes, 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 every time. Yes, yes, yes. I still say yes. I've been given the job of calling light. You've been given the same job, and some of you do it every day for you and for others. It's not a unique job, right? The interview involves the question, do you say yes to being a receptacle and a transmitter of light? Yes, no. Then that's the job description and the interview. That's it. The pay is more and more light. So you get a review every few months. They call you in and say, how you doing? You say, well, yeah, I'm doing okay. And they say, do you want more light? Yes. You want more responsibility for it? Yes. That's what I've done. I just keep saying yes because it gives me purpose, what I came to earth to do. It gives me incredible joy to observe what happens, and it gives me perspective that I am more than this flesh and blood miracle, which gives me comfort. So here we go. So I'm going to do how I do it. Maybe you'll do it the same way I do. Maybe you'll do it the way you do it. Doesn't matter. What my guide, Agibraka White Eagle, says is, it doesn't matter what you call it, but call it. I would add, it doesn't matter how you call it, but call it. Doesn't matter when you call it, but call it. We ask here, in the name of the vibration of the Christic light, we ask that our prayers for illumination, for us and for all beings, and for all those suffering at this moment on this planet, on all layers of consciousness, that our prayer for light, illumination, the light of comfort, the light of transformation, the light of healing, the light of consciousness, that golden light and its sub-rays emanating from the one light come here now, here now, here now to us, to this circle of hearts, this circle of prayer. We ask that our prayers be answered in ways we can recognize as such. We ask that our relationship with light be increased, augmented, strengthened, perfected. And we ask that what we do here be of some good use to all beings in the sacred path of unity, harmony, transformation, illumination, and liberation. Amen. And we ask that humility make itself known in our hearts so that we may be those vessels for that light. Amen. One thing that the light does is it cleans us of energies that we carry in our aura, in our vehicle, because it raises the vibration rate of our whole vehicle, and that which is dense, that which is stuck, that which has clung to us out of its own ignorance and needs is transformed and taken from us. So as you breathe, allow that and allow your awareness to track it. Maybe your body shakes, maybe you see something, maybe the light gets lighter, maybe something gets very intense and actually hurts for a moment and then lets go. The base is the peace in your heart and the humility that anchors that peace. Hmm. Hmm. Now breathe in your heart for real. And from that place in your heart, call light to you. Stay anchored in your heart. Stay anchored in your breath. Call light to you. However you do that, I say, my name is Jonathan. I'm sitting here right now, and I am asking for this light to come to me right now. Hmm. Your light receptor mechanisms are being opened now. You can, from your heart, tune into the back of your head, the base of your skull, and you can feel the vibration of light working. And now the beings are arriving, the guides, your guides, my guides, the guides of this work, the guides of each of us. After a bit of clearing, then they can come. After a bit of faith, the vibration is available for them to be here. Hmm. 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 Let your extraneous thoughts be cleared from you by the light. whatever worries you have, whatever preoccupations you have. Just let them be lifted, because those thoughts are dense and they have to respond to the rising vibration of the light. Mhm. 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 Now just receive. Maybe you see it, certainly you feel it, certainly your vehicle, your bodies, your consciousness responds to it. To see it as a gift, to feel it is affirmation. But to receive it is the point. Mhm. May you be blessed now, in this very moment, with the peace of Christ in your hearts. May you know yourself as that emanation of peace from that Christic source, which deigns to step itself down to meet you where you can be met. May you come to know yourself as that peace. May that peace be your referent. May it comfort you as you sleep. May it guide you as you walk through your world. May it emanate from you, and may it surround those who come into intimacy with you. We ask only that you use your gifts of awareness to recognize when someone, something, some being, as you would say, comes in proximity to you. Some for their own healing. How many are wandering? Created from different sources. taking on form to teach, to elevate consciousness by their own need for healing. And yet many, like right now, that come to call into manifestation the deeper layers of your own consciousness, to teach you through vibrational encouragement. Don't let the chance slip away by commitment to distraction. We do not mean by that to never have fun. But we encourage you to make use of the time you have to at least spend some time transcending the human distractive activities. We encourage you to recognize the multiplicity of vibrational reality. First of all, because it makes your life more interesting. Second of all, it brings you closer to the assessment of reality. Use, and therefore you are happier, and therefore those challenges you are presented with, that we may even present you with, are seen as opportunities to learn, to transform, to progress. So in this moment, elevate your awareness even more. That light that this one spoke about, because he knows, is the ultimate equalizer. There is no such thing as a creature cut off from light except by its own choice. Excuse me. My prayer for all of us is that this light be our best friend, in that it never wavers and it tells me the truth. I consider that a friend. Illuminates me, makes possible that reflective quality that I talked about before, and guides me gently but clearly to the knowledge of who I am, which knowledge does not make me feel like I'm fancy. It makes me realize that I'm just you. And I am just those angels, and I am just those teachers, and I am just my dog. And actually, I'm just the snow that I'm looking at falling outside my window right now, which is extremely beautiful. How glorious. How beautiful. How simple. And then, because I am who I am in this life, I turn that to do work in the world as I'm guided to do, as I can. I pray for strength, health, awareness, calm, protection for me, for my family, my community, for all of you, that we may be of use in this moment of transformation on earth. We're going to need it. We need it now, and we're going to need it, all of that. And we're going to need spaces of light to remind us, to get us through, to bring what we have gathered and give it to the cosmic stream. So I pray for all of us to have those spaces wherever you are, wherever you feel guided to be and to create. Can be as simple as doing this with friends. Sit around and be in light. It doesn't have anything to do necessarily with a religion or an opinion or an ideology. It's got nothing to do with left or right or woke or asleep or blah, blah, blah. Nothing to do with any of that. It does require an openness, and it does require a willingness. I don't think that has anything to do with other beliefs. Okay, so thank you. Thank you to Heather Murphy, who set this up, who just came back from India and graced us with the peace she gained there. Thank you also always to Shannon Marie for creating the Essential Light Institute and continuing to be the example of healing and transformation. Right? I give thanks every day, every moment for my wife, Jane, who some of you know, and if you don't know her, you'll get lucky someday, and you will, I hope. Thank you to our teachers. Thank you to the ones who come before. Blessings and protection to all the ones teaching light on earth from every angle. Right? On every layer, in every place. Comfort and peace for the ones showing what humanity got in many difficult ways, sacrificing themselves so that we can wake up. Thank you to the divine beings who guide us, even though most of us don't know their names or see their faces. That's not what they need. They need us to receive them and receive their guidance, blessings, and protection even for them. And then thanks for that omnipotent, clear light. Thanks for the miracle of incarnation. Amen. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.